Pooja is here live. Nandaji, if you can also join the Instagram. Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome to Thoughtful Thursday presented by Educate to Elevate, and we are on our episode number 12. It is said that life beats down and crushes the soul, and art reminds you that you have fun. And truly, we have a person today as our guest today in our episode 12 who lives this quote that art gives you life and gives you soul. So Nanda ji, I would really like you to introduce our lovely beautiful guest to the audience and tell something about her so that our audience can know who this dynamic amazing lady is.
So, welcome to the show, Pooja. What does one talk about Pooja, who at such a young age has accomplished so much? She is a seasoned Kathak dancer, she has been a graphic designer, and she is now an enamel artist. So much so that her art, she's one of those quiet ones who does pours her sincerity into her work. The love, the passion is seen in her works, and so much so is her, the passion and the love for her work that even the universe is supporting her, and her work has been picked up to be displayed in the Italian museum, where it's probably the only Indian representation. It's such a moment of pride to have such a magnanimous personality who still lives her life like a little girl next door, doing her little thing, just being happy. It reminds me of a little girl running around on the grass, between flowers. So it's literally like that. But her artwork, when you see it, you will realize that what it is that she brings to life, what is it that she makes. Not wanting to go into too many details about her educational thing, because I'm sure she's going to talk about it as we go take the show further. Let us welcome Pooja Shah on this show of Educate to Elevate, the Thoughtful Thursdays.
Thank
So,
you so
welcome, my
much.
dear Pooja.
Thank you so much for
How
that
do you feel
wonderful
being on our
introduction.
show?
Very excited, very nice. Thank you so much. Yes. Looking forward to
Uh,
it.
so, Pooja, let me ask you the very first question because enamel painting is something which is very different. And we would like to begin by asking you how you made your decision to go into this unique art form.
Okay, so I just want to give a little idea for people who don't know what is enameling, because enameling is a very new medium where people are not. It's not very popular actually. Many people who know it, you know it by the name of meenakari. What people wear in jewelry in our
Oh,
in our India, like we wear jewelry of meenakari. So enameling is exactly that. And I make enamel home decor contemporary art forms for wall, for interiors, for exteriors. So that's where I have taken this medium to the uh, inside the houses. Yes. And how I got through this, it was just like, being in a trying out new art forms. I just went to one of the workshops and of enameling for, and I tried the medium. And I, coming from an art background, so I am graduate from JJ School of Arts, Applied Arts.
whoa.
And I have been a graphic designer for a long time, and I was like, okay, let me try something new, and I went for this workshop. And uh, I think it is just like falling in love for the first time, love at first sight जो कहते हैं. सो पड़ गए खड्डे में. और फिर हम उसको we started I started exploring it more and more. It's of course been so many years. Still it feels like I am learning this art form. Every time it teaches me something new about this medium. So yes, enameling, to be more technical, it is like oxides, glass oxides, which we put on a metal, and then we burn it in the furnace at 800 degrees Celsius, and we remove it out. So that's how the glass gets fused to the metal, and a beautiful shine and There's a lovely luster that comes, and this doesn't fade ever. This stays
Oh,
like this forever. So that's the beauty of enameling. That whatever you
wow.
make, it stays like this for like 100 years or more. You
Oh
can
my
wipe it,
goodness.
clean it, and that's the charm of this medium. I have some to even show you all if I could do it right now. Show some enamel
Sure,
work.
sure. Please.
Yeah.
Of course, we'd love to see it.
So these are small samples. This is what enamel
Oh,
Wow.
does. This is the beautiful shine that I have done. And enameling is
This
like,
looks
yeah,
so
rightly, like
pretty.
Poonam said, it's timeless. It stays like this
wow.
forever. So this is also one of my enamels which I have done.
Wow. This looks
Wow.
It's on
brilliant.
copper.
This
This is
is
so
so
nice.
amazing.
Yeah.
So, like you shared, Pooja, that this is a fairly new concept and, many people don't know about it. So, considering that this newfound love of yours is so new, we are curious to know how has it been received by the audiences here?
So I always get this reactions like, "Wow, it's so beautiful." Everybody's always in wonder to see this. It's very attractive. So of course people like it. It's new in a way that it is still not being as a medium where people have seen it. It's not very popular like ceramics or
Yeah.
canvas. So it's very new in that way. But I always have got very wonderful response when people see my work, and they always come to inquiry, or when a client comes, they have seen my work, they know what it is, so they like it. Yeah.
Brilliant. So that's so good that people are curious to know about this new art form as well. And like you have explained so much, in depth about the process and how, the metal fuses with glass, and, enamel painting requires kind of a commercial setup with a furnace. And we would like to know, is it easy to manage, and where do you manage to get all these kind of back end support? Like, how has it been if we talk about all the things which are required, the resources to be an enamel artist?
Oh yeah, yes. There, it is not that easy to begin enameling. It's not like you just buy a canvas and start with acrylics and you start painting. It's not that easy. You require a little more capital to begin it because it's a setup. You have to have a furnace. You have to have metal. You have to have all the tools and instruments that are used for enameling, and the colors and the it's a lot more when it's after, even behind this beautiful enamel. Before that, there's a lot of pre-work that an artist enamelist does, so that its piece become, it's ready for enameling. So I wouldn't say it is difficult, but if you plan it, of course, you can always plan your finances and begin setting up an enamel studio. And being in Mumbai, I feel it is more easier because the resources are very easily available. So I have learned in my own hard way of finding, sourcing things. But yes, it is. I would say it is not that difficult also.
That's so nice to know because while Uzma and me were talking about it, both of us were wondering that, for with all this kind of backup that you need, possibly uh, in a city like Bombay, it would work out expensive, but you're saying it completely opposite. Excuse me, that excuse me, that you found it a lot more easier to be able to, in a city like Mumbai, it was more the whatever you needed was more easily available. It brings us to the question was it financially viable right from the beginning? Was it fulfilling financially that yes, you're making your money when you started?
But to be frank, it was not. It was not. So, like I shared, I have been a graphic designer. I am a professional graphic designer for more than 15 years. So, when I did enameling, I was already a graphic designer working professionally, and this became like a beautiful, like hobby, or an interest, very strong interest that started coming. Oh, I want to do more and see what happens. So gradually and slowly, I have started, enameling side by side along with my graphic designing. So, like you said, financially, you plan it. If you plan it a little and begin, I was working as a part time. I still do freelancing. So any art form never is like very easy financially in the beginning. It takes time to build up, and slowly you get some pathway happening of with the flow of money or whatever. So it takes time to be recognized and that people buy your work. So
That's
eh, yeah, I think
that's
I
really
Interesting.
almost
rightly
answered.
said. Yes,
Yes.
Pooja.
So,
You said something, Pooja.
No.
Okay. So what I was saying that this is such an important and practical tip that you have given from your life experience, that it is very important for people. We are here advocating and propagating this idea that yes, you should be confident enough to pursue your passion, but then there should also be a practical planning which should be there, that you took your time, you managed your finances with your job as a graphic designer, and then side by side you started and pursued your passion and then made it your mainstream work. And this is very important for the youngsters to also understand. When they see the people who are already at the height, so they get very much attracted to the glitz and glamour and the fame, but and they feel that okay, let's quit everything, let's quit our studies and just buy something very expensive in terms of equipments and go for it. And then when it does not give immediate monetary results, it makes them feel that okay, I mean, it was better that I had done what my parents had said, and so many things. And then even the parents taunt and pressure starts taking a toll on them, which brings me to the next question, Pooja. In your case, in your journey of this success that you have got, I mean, to an extent that in Italy you are only, I mean, you're the first Indian whose work has been showcased. It is such a proud moment for our entire country. So how had been the support of family? Were they there in support of you since the beginning, or you had to really prove your mettle to win their trust and support for this profession?
Uh, I've been really grateful. I've got amazing support by my parents and family for this. Like, I can pursue this only because of the support of my father and my mother. So, yeah, I'm so lost. I'm sorry, I forgot what I was to answer.
Like, how had been the support of your parents?
Yeah, the support has been like I would not be able to do what I am right now unless I had support of my parents. They have been very supporting to whatever I am doing. And I would like to actually add a little something which you said before, because that's going on in my mind. Any like I would like to share this to the young artists or youngsters who are looking to pursue some new career. Or it's never a smooth beginning, it's never fast and quick. It's always like you go slow. And for me it's been like this. From my experience, it's been that I have always been this journey till now has been little slow and long. Like I know I'm going to go long, and it has been a little slow journey, but very fruitful. And very I am learning so much. I am being more confident. I have been more exploring. It is making me more stronger as an enamelist also. So it's like sadhana, like you have to do riyaz to do any art form. So this is also every day, little you have to keep doing till you are mastered. And you never stop learning. I still learn. So when you keep learning, you never stop that. That's where you grow.
So
So
true.
yeah, and coming back to the question, yes, I have been very well supported by my family and friends and everybody. So that helps me with this taking forward this art form very easily.
wow, that is so amazing, Pooja. And kudos to your parents. We're so happy that, there are such wonderful parents. I mean, parents are always wonderful, but sometimes, they do not have the right knowledge, or they not have the right exposure sometimes, because of which they're not able to support their children. But in your case, they have been supportive, even though it's a business family. It's really wonderful to see all of this. Now, as you've been talking about all of your journey, you've spoken about, it's not been easy. You've had to go, it's been a long and slow journey, and you're going to go long, of course. God bless you for that. It
Thank you.
brings us to the question as to, like, अभी भी वो मन में प्रश्न चल रहा है कि after all, why did you choose a profession like this, having passed out from, a prestigious college, art college of like JJ College of Art, somewhere where people like die to get admission? You passed out of there. Why did you not take up something like, let's say, interior designing or architecture or something little more commercial? What was it that really drove you? And we have noticed that there is some uh, kind of concept you work with, or something that you do. I mean, would you like to talk about why did you stay with this?
So let me share this. I always tell this whenever I talk about enameling. Why it struck, pull my heartstrings. When I find similarities with enameling like life, and maybe anybody who is doing some art form may feel like this. But for me, enameling is so much like life. Whatever I make in the plate and whatever I do, I put it in the furnace. I don't know what's going to come out. It's so unpredictable. It's so uncertain, just like life. You put it, and then whatever comes out, it may not be like the direct result is like, wow, it is like what has happened. So you have to accept it. Whatever comes, you have to accept it. Oh, yeah, kaisa bhi ban sakta hai. And when it comes, you accept it, and then you still make it more beautiful. You put in your more hard work and love and make it beautiful. At the end, let go. So this is some so I have this I come from I have a lot of interest in spirituality. I practice spiritual practices, and that's where anything I do with my enameling also has a tinge of Indian spirituality in it. So anything I make has a concept which I believe, or I create a concept around. um, I feel that art forms are for that, to uplift a person's mind or spirit. So when I do something, it has to have some meaning around some concept, and because it comes from it within me. So yeah,
This
So
is so
beautiful.
brilliant. You know, Pooja, you have actually given the crux of how to lead a life perfectly. And as innermost shift coaches, the things that we tell our clients to do, that first of all, you have to be unperturbed by the uncertainties that are happening. The change will come from within. You don't have to get disturbed by what is happening around you, because it will keep, you cannot predict what is going to come in the future. And then you have to accept it the way it is, and make your path through it, make your life beautiful by using all the colors, as you have said. And finally, the beautiful point which touched my heart was the concept that you said of let go.
Let
After that,
go.
once you have done your things, you let go. Because I think letting go is something which is the hardest for people when it comes to relationships, their own habits, toxicity, and so many things are there, and once people understand letting go of the past, in fact, so once people understand this thing, that letting go is so important, it gives you so much power and makes you a better human being. So I mean, nothing can be more beautiful than the way you have explained this answer. And taking it forward, you told about that you are into spirituality and a lot into meditation. And as you said, for you, I mean, you took the uncertainty part, which kind of is a negative part of enamel painting, and made it your strength. Now, how would you say for other people, or for you, amalgamation of both meditation and art form has helped you, or even dancing, if I say? I mean, you are a Kathak dancer, so all these kind of different art forms are kind of a therapy for people. So how does it resonate with you?
so every time I step in my studio, even now, and if I have to work on enamels, I face uncertainty, unpredictably every time. Even if I know the process, even if I know how it's going to come or how it's going to come, I still have that moment of, "Ooh, I don't know what's going to come." There is a moment of anxiety. There is a moment of nervousness, or you feel little. very emotionally fragile. Oh God. So these, what I, for me, it is like this happens with us in everyday life. We go through these things, we
True.
feel this, and it's very normal. It should be normal. Like, we should not be like every time to be resisting those experiences. It's absolutely okay. But when I face this with enameling every time, slowly, slowly, with my practices or with the uh, practices that I perform, it has helped me to be more strong, to able to face it, and to be able to be okay about it. That awareness and that strength has come with practices of meditation. Because like we said about unpredictably, like last 2 years, we've seen how COVID has made mental health so important. We all have realized mental health, and many people in this time have also got into some art forms. Like, they have started doing something they creative, or something which is engaging. To me, when I do this art form of mine, I just come in that moment. So I come in that present moment, and that helps me to be like, be more calm and more I think that is why I like it so much, because my mind is just so much in the moment doing that activity, that I feel good.
Super.
That is so beautiful. Each moment that we are hearing about, both of us are kind of at points getting speechless, just trying to envisage what you go through. That whole process, like you said, is so unpredictable that you just have to, do your bit and then let go and then just be. So all
Yes,
these things that
sometimes.
you've been,
Yeah, sorry.
no, no, please complete. You were
So
saying
sometimes
sometime.
I really push myself. Let this be like this, and can I be okay about this? I know that this is not working, but people don't know. But can I be okay about this? I have learned so much about myself and become more best version of me just because I have been enameling. And let me share with you, enameling has not been like an always a very beautiful, like the glam of enamel, the way it is behind these scenes, it's not so glamorous. Like, if you see me on my videos, I am working like a laborer. Like, it's like there's no glam in doing enameling. The beauty is after it's made. So even when I'm doing this enameling or something, you know oh God, I'm so blank at this moment, but I forgot what I
No,
wanted to
no,
say.
you were saying so beautifully that how do you accept uncertainty while enameling,
And
and
there's
the
no
shine
glamour
that
to
is
it.
seen.
Yeah, there's no glam to this, but this facing. If it comes back to me, I will share. But I'm just so
No
lost.
problem.
Right? I just got blank.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, we can imagine like being in front of the furnace and working like a laborer, how it kind of must be, like there's no glam until the whole product comes out looking nice and shiny.
Yes.
Uh, Pooja, I would still want to probe a little more on the earlier question that Uzma asked you, because I have, both of us have seen your works, and we see that you come up with a lot of spiritual concepts. You are using Om, you're using so many different things, the Shiva, the Rudra. And I mean, what goes behind all this when you kind of are bringing it out? Is it that part of your spiritual connection? Is it trying to showcase something Indian or something spiritual, or what is it that you are doing when you are bringing all that up? Or how does that kind of concept strike you कि मुझे ये करना है?
I just be very truthful to myself, and I be very natural, and this comes very naturally to me. Like, the my belief and my practices, they just it's very natural to me to bring out these concepts and create an artwork in that language. So uh, yeah, it's very natural for me to, because I have been reading these things, and when you introspect in your life, and when you see life in a little broader vision, and you see there's so much more to life than what we are doing. So
True.
automatically, when you are spiritual, I see with a little different lens everything, and that time life becomes a little more beautiful, and you see life a little more, and it's more enriching to see everything happening around. So these concepts and everything just come naturally to me, and I place it. I think it's just very from within. It just comes. I have no actually. I cannot explain it anything in a straight linear form.
It's probably an
Sure.
extension of your own spiritual experiences, being a meditator, being somebody
Yes.
who's so much into spiritual aspects of life. Probably that could be one of the answers. Yes, coach,
Yes.
you were asking something.
Yeah, no, I was just saying, and seconding what Pooja has said. Of course, when it comes to creativity, you cannot
Of
always have
course.
1, 2, 3 dots. It has to. It can be any way. You can get inspired. Like, I mean, you made a small cycles enamel, so you got inspiration from a cycle. So it cannot have a constant and fixed strategy. It's art. It can be anything that can
Absolutely.
that can speak to your heart, and you can get that feeling. Okay, this is what I want to make. Next. Isn't it, Pooja?
Absolutely. Absolute. Absolutely.
So this brings me to our next question, Pooja, because we would love to brag about our guest. You have been so humble, not sharing the things about you and your achievements, but we would take the front and we'll tell our audience that you've traveled so many countries and you've participated in so many art exhibitions and won laurels for our country. As what is the difference that you find in the artists or the people or the exhibitions when it comes which is there in India and other countries?
Um, See, art, an artist will always make an art out of some of the emotion they have got through. They always express their emotions, their self. And we as human beings have the same type of expression of emotions across the globe, actually. Like we all are same, like within. So I see art as it's very same abroad or India. It's everything. But the way art is taken, or the way art is being pursued or seen, is very different. So as an artist, everybody around the world are the same. So of course abroad it is more appreciated, recognized, more opportunities for an artist. It's more valued. That's the main thing. Abroad we see the art is valued a lot. That's not what we see here in India. And of course it is, but as a larger scale it is not so much valued here in India. But it's the same, like for my enamels also, when I have exhibited it in abroad, I have seen people having the same reaction where they see the same enamels here in India. And in fact, those enamels have a little Indian element. It's an Indian script. Still, people are standing and they are relating. They are able to relate or stand there and feel something. So that made me feel that it moves as human beings. It's a sense. It's a wavelength that moves or connects people, that attracts to an art form. It is nothing to do with country, language, religion, caste, nothing. It is so human that everybody gets moved by any art form
It's a
naturally.
beautiful thought.
So, Pooja, why don't you tell us a little more about that art piece that is there and what else has been put up and which particular place? So it'll be wonderful
Yes,
for our
so
audiences to.
yeah, I will like to share. So there is this series of letters. I do a lot of like lettering and calligraphy, typography. So I did a series of letter I just started writing letter and I took small sheet of paper and just with a simple pen, different types of can we write with different ways and it's still readable as that helps you to really, like, open up your mind and see that how I can make this looks like this, and after making you see, oh, this looks like a lotus, oh, this looks like a cloud, anything, it can look anything, but it's an so I made a series of this. I have like bunch of it, and I thought, what can I do of this? Can I do some enameling out of this? So I picked up few, and with the wire work, I did enameling, and for me, it became like infinite options. You can make infinite options of the letter isn't it? Any letter you can make infinite options. So like with the I heard a discourse of Gurudev Shri Shri Ravi Shankar ji, where he said that if we pronounce like you will not be able to pronounce for a while, but if you say in your mind, you can go infinite and it can keep going on like a constant. There is no end to it. So in the same way, this letter became like a letter of infinity to me. And
Such a
there
powerful
is
thought.
no alphabet you can pronounce without in it. There's no alphabet in Hindi, where in Indian script, where you can pronounce this without k, k, g, m, p. So everything has in it. So then this became like a letter of infinity for me. So taking that concept, I made this series, and always have, everybody has liked that piece, and everybody like says, "Wow, this is so different, so unique." In fact, that piece has become like more graphic. It becomes like a beautiful graphic look. And the same piece, when I had gone to UK in 2019, I had shared my enamels there. I got an opportunity to be among the 7 women around the continents, different 4 continents. And there was a group show where I had displayed my work in UK. It was, I was standing over their corner, and I was just looking at the crowd and people, and there were few people standing there. I was so amazed. For me, it was a lovely experience to see somebody not from India still liking it, seeing it, trying to understand what it is, and asking me. So that's where it helped. It made me feel, oh yes, my artwork is connecting to people, a universe, or generally more like not just India, but even abroad, people are connecting to what I'm doing with my concepts. So that
That's
is one
so
of the
beautiful.
work that I had done, and yeah. So if you see, a lot of my work has Om. I can make Om like endlessly. I can keep making Om. Even right now, if you see the pendant I'm wearing, that has Om. So it's very abstract, but you can still see
Yeah.
the form,
Oh
the Om.
yes. Yes,
So
this way and
that's
this,
the
na?
fun part when people discover, oh, man, this is looking this is nice. So that's, I love those reactions when people see any of my enamels. So yeah, I think it's very layered, it's very deep, and for me, maybe that's how it is,
That's
expressing
so
myself.
beautiful. The the pendant is also so beautiful, and this whole thing that you shared, about how you've been received abroad, and what is that the concept of a phonetic, Hindi word or Hindi alphabet, and the concept of infinite or the infinity to it. It's mind boggling to think about it. Like, yes, if you do try to say like you rightly said, verbally, after a point you would be gasping for breath, but if you said it mentally, it would just go on. And you connected that to the alphabet becoming an infinite alphabet. This is so very amazing, to know and to understand how you've been received. No wonder your work has been put up as one of the most like well received Indian works in the Italian museum.
Yes,
Fantastic.
I feel very grateful and fortunate that my work is one of the permanent works of enamels in the, there is the enamel museum in Italy, in Bergamo, and it's very interesting how I met them. I had just gone for a Euro trip, and I follow certain people in on Facebook, and I just realized there's this group of enamelers in Italy, in Bergamo, and I'm visiting. I messaged them. They were so humble, generous. They invited me. We had a workshop, and that's where I connected with them. So I wanted to share this with youth, or new people who are youngsters who are watching. We always look कि कैसे opportunity मिलेगा, कहीं से आएगा. I really feel if you make a step, or it's so easy now, being in digital medium, it's so easily accessed that you can always message, call, ask, and things can just connect anywhere. So never feel shy, or scared of talking, sharing, or connecting people, or asking for even help. So that's where I connected with them. And my piece is like, I, along with one more artist, we are 2 people who are having Indian enamels in the museum across the globe. So I feel very proud about this. and I always
Wow.
want to represent my country if it is ever there. Also, my one of my works uh, is selected. Let me tell this. I have not shared this anywhere yet on my social media or announced this, but I would like to announce this today on your Educate to Elevate Life show, that my work has been part of is selected out of 111 artists in Enamelist
Wow.
Society of America. In this year's 2022 exhibition, my work has been selected. I'm one of the 42 artists who have been selected, 72 artists. So it's a very moment of pride. I feel really great that my work is being appreciated at this international level, and I'm representing my country as one of the art enamelists from India. So it's a very humbling feeling and very proud.
Wow, that's
This is
so
really
beautiful.
nice.
We are also so proud of you, and thank you for elevating our platform even more by, sharing about your success story, and about, you having been selected, your work having been selected. Over to you, Coach. What would
Yes.
you like to?
Yeah, in fact, I want to take a moment and actually share that so many hearts and messages are coming on Instagram appreciating Pooja. People who have seen your work, people who have bought your work, and all the points that you are telling. So it's really nice. I just wanted to take a minute and mention that. And you are speaking less about it, but you have had works and associations with a lot of prestigious clients also, Pooja. So, I mean, of course, for you now that you have become seasoned and you have gained confidence, but even you say when you step into your studio and start your work, you always have that feeling what is going to happen. So, it will be a great day for all the people who are new. And suddenly, when they get some, work from a high end client. So, how have you faced in case there was some pressure, and what tips can you give to the new people about it?
Um, I think it's absolutely okay to be nervous. I think that makes you become more good at your work. If you have that little tinge of nervousness of whatever you do, it makes you more, in the your work more refined. So it's like, it's just like I feel the faith. When you have faith in yourself and your capabilities and your dreams, like, you can achieve it. There has been times where those assignments, or there are deadlines which are very, it's very pressure, there's too much of pressure. It's a pressure of performance. You want to do good, and you want to upgrade yourself and do better work. So I think it's absolutely okay to feel nervous in the beginning, but when you are focused and when you are doing it with full faith, you and the trust that people give you, you can crack it, and eventually you do it. Like I do crack, like everybody can crack it.
Wow, that is so beautiful. To have this terra or this, anchored feeling when you're working, like you said, the entire aspect of nervousness or whatever it is only, like, okay, like a preparation or like a performance anxiety, not something that, bogs you down, but it peps you up to give your best. I think that is such a beautiful takeaway from what you have shared. A young girl like you, who's a seasoned Kathak dancer, in between your conversation, you spoke about calligraphy. So you're a calligraphy artist, you have been a graphic designer, you're an enamel artist. I mean, the works and so much and more. And, we have been witness to some of the prestigious works that you have done. You have performed at a world, in an international world platform for your Kathak, and so many different aspects where you have, with your designing aspect, you have designed a very big stage for, like, the masses to come and admire when there was uh, a discourse that was going to be happening of Gurudev Shri Ravi Shankar ji. So many of these things which you rarely mention, and we also know that you have in your kitty a lot of prestigious clients, which you, like, rightly said, you would not like to talk about it because confidentiality, and you're not the kind of a person to drop names. but all of this and more. So, in all of this, Pooja, what is it that you resonate the most with?
I cannot pick one. I cannot pick one. Like it's. So let me share this. I would like to let the audience know, like all the young people. I have been a graphic designer for so long. Suddenly, I did into enameling. So there is never an age to begin anything new. Like even if I learned Kathak, I have not learned Kathak when I was little girl. Like we see, I learned Kathak at a very later stage of my life, and I just decided. So it's never late to begin learn any art form. You know, it's never late. You can do it anytime. You can begin learning, and you can become good at it. So I think all of these, whatever you have mentioned, they all have been a part of my life or
Journey.
resonated with me at that time of my journey in life. And they have just added more feathers in my cap, that they have been my strengths, they have been my skills and talents which have made me right now. So uh, it's it's like it's it's absolutely okay to learn anytime new art form. Even right now I may learn something new, and it may just add me to whatever I'm doing.
Yes. Such a
So, do you
beautiful
st-
thought that you shared. Yes, please, Nandaji.
Uh, yeah. So thank you for that beautiful sharing, Pooja. I was just wondering that do you still do all the graphic designing where you make letterheads, cards, and stuff like that? Or are you only now into your enamels?
No, I still do it. I still do designing as freelancing, and I juggle between two careers. I feel enameling and designing, and it's only possible because about when you are practicing some meditations or anything, you have a spiritual anchoring. Then you can always deal with
Yes.
a lot of pressure or a lot of multitasking or juggling. I never thought I would do this. And let me tell you, I never thought I would be doing enameling for so long, or I would take enameling so seriously, or I would go here. Sometimes I feel enamel has chosen me. Sometimes I feel this has
Wow.
chosen me to do so much. There has been moments where I felt like, okay, bus abhi मैं बंद करती हूँ ये enameling. I just cannot take this. Because it's like, how do I deal? How do I crack this? I am struggling cracking this solution for this thing, and how do I get this work with this? And eventually you get through, and and I'm here, and I will never leave it. But that's where I feel this medium has picked me to do this.
Wow.
That is so beautiful, so beautifully shared. That, like they say, a disciple doesn't decide his guru, the guru picks, and likewise it
Yes.
is like, you have actually given that level to your art form, that it has chosen you, you haven't chosen it, and you've been there, and when it comes you just let go after having done your best. So this is really, really superb. So over to you, coach. What would you more like to ask her more? ऐसे बंदों के साथ तो बातें कभी खत्म ही नहीं होती अपनी.
I agree. We have spoken so much, and I mean, there are so many people who are watching us right now. And this beautiful thing that you mentioned, as it itself is so much of learning. Every question in that, there is so much learning for our audiences. But I would really like, in just if you can give some quick tips to our young audience that who are really artistically inclined and they really want to pursue their career, what tips would you like to give them to start off with this passion and monetize it and make it a reason of their livelihood?
um, I think I would just tell them to have faith in themselves and keep doing what they are doing. It's absolutely okay if you don't succeed or you don't see any success initial years, but whatever you feel this is true for you, it's you can move ahead. And even while you're doing something, you may find something else more interesting. So it's absolutely okay to even shift. So be open to experiences or more avenues is absolutely fine. You If you feel that, so it's just more important to be uh, true to your self and feeling that ease with yourself with anything you are doing in life, not just art. It could be anything you do, but if you are at ease while you're doing that, I think that's where you found your home. You can feel settled for in that. So and I want to also share this. I learned this in my journey right now. It's okay to ask for help. Many a times we shy of asking for help, or मैं कैसे पूछूं, how do I do. But I have been fortunate to have certain friends who are like mentors, like teachers, and not from India. They are from abroad, and this has made me so easy. Like, even if I message and ask, they are very promptly there to help me out. I am so grateful for that. And now that internet and digital space has become so open to the world, to the globe, you can connect to anybody. So it's always, you should feel okay about asking for help, or uh, connecting to people. If you feel this is going to, they can help you out, it's absolutely okay to do that. So having
Com-
faith, I think, and doing your what you do with a smile, take everything with a smile.
So true, so true, and to have a young lady like you sit there and talk about life journey, talk about, the experience of the art form that you do, and how unpredictable it is, and how you compare that to life and you say that this is what happens in life. Then to know that, you have spoken about the aspect and the infinite aspect to it, the calligraphy, the dance form, this, and the piece you resonate when you talk. Each art form of yours that has, that kind of, it's like, uh, what should I say, that everything speaks about a spiritual, connect that you have. And in that, you have like really brought to the audiences and all of us so many rich takeaways. It's, they say, like, especially Maharashtra has so many of these very young gurus who were little children and they had so much to share. And here it is like, we have somebody equally young and who is like got so much of knowledge that is shared, in so much of knowledge that is there within you. And all that you have shared today, it has been a very, very enriching experience for us. And as you speak,
Can
as
I
you talk,
interrupt? I'm so sorry. I think we have missed you on Instagram. Can you log in?
Yes, I've sent you the invitation.
yeah, I think I joined in.
Now you have.
Am I there?
It's a black screen
You're
there.
connected.
It's come.
Not yet.
So let me just see the Instagram. There are.
Nanda ji, can you just leave that live and I'll send you a request again.
Okay.
Now I'm sending it to you again. Yes.
So I'm actually joined by Harshit, Aditi. Hi, friends.
Yeah. Oh, there
That
have
is
been
so
so
beautiful.
many fans of yours who have joined
Hi,
and
Nisha. Hi, Baba.
showered the love and comments on our Insta live.
Oh, thank you so
Yes,
much.
Absolutely.
Nanda ji.
So that's, so I will very quickly do a recap of what I was sharing, is that, to see a young lady sitting here and she has spoken so much about her journey of life and how she resonates her art with life, that moments of uncertainty, and how she lets go, and how the calligraphy where she has made the alphabet and the infinity aspect to it, plus that she's in a Kathak dance form, and sharing that each of these art forms have only added to her persona. Nowhere is she like, in any which way flaunting it. She's just sitting there and it's like it's a part of her, it's a part of her, it's a part of her. It is so beautiful. Like, the point I was trying to make in all of this is that just sitting with you over here, having this conversation, we are feeling so enriched. We are having so many takeaways where,
Absolutely.
it's, Yeah, it is so beautiful to just say. And obviously, this speaks a lot about your values and your beliefs, because you have so much support from your parents who may be having different mindset, but they still believed in their daughter and they gave you all the support that they had to. So this is kudos to them, your family, and it is beautiful having had you over here with so many, so such beautiful sharings. What would you like to share, Coach Uzma?
I just want to say that, absolutely, I would just repeat what you have said, Nandaji. There has been so much of learning, especially for the young audience who are there and who always wait for every Thursday so that they can get that, hope and faith that they can. Yes, there are so many people who have taken that leap of faith and pursued their passion and made it big, and that emboldens their own belief that yes, they can also pursue anything that they love, and they can actually, not feel and have all those limiting beliefs perhaps which our parents have, that it's not good to dream big and you always have to go for that conventional path, then only you can survive. No, you can enjoy, you can be happy, you can do what you love to, no matter how unique and maybe abstract it is to the in the eyes of the world. And as you know, in terms of art also, it is said that life is art, paint your dreams. And that's what Pooja has done.
Absolutely.
She has painted her dreams beautifully in that enamel with those lustrous colors, and that will never fade away. As she said, it's gonna go on and on for hundreds of years. So on that note, we would like to finish our episode today, but we would like to have just last few lines from you, Pooja, that how had been your experience being on Thoughtful Thursday.
I think it was beautiful. It was wonderful being here today. Thank you so much. And I think you guys are doing so fabulous work of getting people to know other people and get a peep into their life, into their experiences, and learn something out of that. That's exactly what you are doing, educating them with different people and elevating them because they learn something out of the speakers who are coming, and that's amazing. So very, very congratulations, and I hope you all keep doing this more and inspire more people.
Thank you so much. So we are
Thank
going
you,
to end
Pooja.
this episode. Thank you, Pooja, for being here, for your time. Thank you, all the audience on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, and Instagram who have been constantly watching and appreciating and commenting. We will meet you in our episode 13 next Thursday with another person and a unique story. Till then, bye bye. Enjoy your weekend.
Bye. And all of you can reach out to Pooja on her,
Yes.
you know, handles
Instagram.
wherever she's Instagram, wherever she's available. And all those who heard that she's still into graphic designing and she's balancing two careers, remember, you can reach out to her to have the most unique and different, letterheads, cards, and so much more. So God bless and thank you, all of you, for having been here. Lots of love to you, Pooja.
Thank you
May
so
God
much.
bless you
Thank
and
you.
have a fabulous journey ahead.
Thank you so much. Thank you.